everyone, welcome to the session 2, open session 2 of day 2 of the Enthusiastic Summit. And we have with us Mr. Sachin Mittal, who is the founder and CEO of Interview Vector. This session is going to be on the preparation for the technical interviews, and we are going to keep it very communicative, very interactive. We have some really very difficult questions that Sachin is going to answer today. Uh, and all of you, please feel free to put your questions about the interview experience in the comment section. For the introduction, Sachin is running his venture. It's called Interview Vector. Very interestingly, within 7 months of starting this venture among the pandemic, Interview Vector is profitable, and they have been doing really great with the companies like Bharat Pay, MindKill coming in and joining them for their interview service that they provide to the uh, employers. Sachin is an IT Guwahati graduate from 2016, has a very interesting story around getting placement at Tower Research, where he worked, and then he joined Eightfold.ai. Recently started Interview Vector. Welcome, Sachin. All of us are really excited to hear from you. Yes.
Thanks, Amit. Thanks for first of all inviting me. I'm not that big a personality that you're showing off, but yes, happy to be part of the summit. Plus, yes, I'll answer the simpler questions, and you can take care of the harder ones.
No, I think one thing. Can you tell a bit about Interview Vector to start with? Because I want everyone to know that where exactly you're coming from, why you are the right person to talk about the technical interviews, having experienced so many technical interviews on day-to-day basis. Can you introduce a bit about your work at Interview Vector, what exactly Interview Vector is doing?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we are an interview as a service company. We are kind of building Uber for interviews. And the problem that we saw in the market is, whenever any company has to hire, so it means that they have a lot of work and less number of resources of people to do that work. So that's why they are hiring. But in order to hire those people, they have to take a lot more interviews. So their engineering bandwidth was getting used in taking interviews, and but they actually wanted to increase the speed of product development, but they are actually hurting their speed of product development because the engineers are taking interviews. So the time in the day is limited, right? You can either do one or do the other. You can't do both of the things parallelly. So that is where we come into the picture that we are building a marketplace kind of model where companies can outsource their tech interviews. They can customize their interviews and have these interviews getting conducted on our platform, where we'll have a very niche set of interviewers, freelancers, who would be taking these interviews on behalf of our customers. So that is the problem that we are solving. And in the past 7-8 months, we have been able to onboard 30 more than 30 customers, more than 30 startups from seed stage to unicorns who are working with us, and making their engineers life easy, so that they can concentrate on the product development, plus keeping the hiring standards really high. So we are a company who does interviews.
So all of these are the technical interviews only.
Right.
So that means that being the founder, you might be going through a lot of such technical interviews on a daily basis.
Yes.
Can you throw some light on what kind of companies are these for which the interviews are being taken, and more importantly, who are actually taking these interviews? Because I think that is going to be really important for the audience out there.
Right. So I'd say two of the customers in that you've already taken. So Bharat Pay, MindKill are some of the customers. Then there are other startups like Saif, Airmeet. Airmeet is also a customer on which platform that we are taking these interviews. And then we have Indiagold, seed stage startup as well. So majorly, so our target area is product based companies who wants to keep the bar high, and they want to hire good people. Now, people who are taking the interviews, our interview panel, so they are freelancers, but all of these people are from FANG companies or very good startups like ShareChat, Meesho, all Swiggy, and all these companies who take interviews on our platform.
Okay, so you are actually experiencing the interviews for the companies like you mentioned Bharat Pay, Mindpickle, and
Right.
Udemy. And the interviewers are the people from the fan companies or the top leading startups,
Right.
which was recently also
Right.
done one. So now we'll start with your story, which is quite interesting. Tell me a bit about your first placement, your first interview experience. How was it? What exactly was going on?
Well, my first job was Tar Research Capital, and just to let you know, Tar didn't,
It is not,
didn't
yeah,
visit IIT Guwahati at that point of time.
yes,
So they just visited, the top three IITs, and IIT Guwahati was below the belt, was below the bar for them. So that was the thing, and I applied there, off campus. And one thing that you might not know is a lot of time people do say that your CPI matters, but in my case, I was just a 7 pointer, and
okay.
so somehow I got into Tar Research.
I think
So
they are quite famous for taking only the 9th graders. So can you tell what exactly was like how exactly being a 6 or 7 pointer?
mhm.
Uh, how did you actually go about it? Uh, because in IITs, Tower Research is definitely considered as one of the top recruiters for the tech.
Right.
So yeah.
So I think one thing that I did was, anyway, first of all, I didn't show my CPI in my resume. So that was one of the small things that hacks that I did, and I created the resume really good. You had a resume session before this, so I created the resume really good. Sent in through a referral that someone working in Tar Research referred me actually. So that's why they were keen on taking my interview at least. That they didn't reject me on the resume basis only. Now, when they took my interview, so I had to go through 9 interviews. So what I did was, before going for TAR, I studied a little hard just before the interview. I was not a geek in my college. I was not a nerd, but yes, and you can tell it from a CPI, right? I was not a nerd for sure. But before applying for TAR, I did go and practice a little hard, and during the interviews, I did perform like that only.
I see. So now we are going to go about, so because this session is on the technical interview, so we're
Mhm.
going to go into the depth of the technical interviews,
Mhm.
like what exactly happens in a general technical interview and how people should actually answer some of the typical questions which are asked in the tech interview.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, the people who have joined us on the YouTube live stream, you can comment your questions. We'll be taking them to Sachin after the question that we have received on the registration event page. So you can use the comment section of YouTube to put down your question. So some of the questions are, so one very open-ended question. So I, as a candidate, enters the hall or
Mhm.
right now the meet
Mhm.
online meeting. What is an expectation, a very basic fundamental expectation for from an interviewer to a candidate? What do they expect in general for the interview to actually go
Mhm.
beyond 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
Mhm.
What is a fundamental expectation?
I think to answer that, basically, I'll have to answer one thing first. Ki actually, what is an interview? मतलब उसके बिना you can't tell, right? कि interview क्या judge कर रहा है.
Mhm.
So मतलब a lot of, and I have seen a lot of people saying this, मतलब taking कि interview the interviewer is there to judge you, but actually it is not the case. So कोई भी किसी को जज नहीं कर रहा होता है. इंटरव्यू इज जस्ट अ हेल्दी डिस्कशन, जैसे जो हम अभी मैं तुमसे कर रहा हूँ, राइट, एंड तुम मुझसे कर रहे हो. So that is actually it is actually an interview going on. So it is a discussion where both the parties are trying to understand each other. So and everyone is trying to learn something from the other person. So at the end of this call as well, मैं तुमसे कुछ learn करके जाऊंगा, तुम मुझसे कुछ learn करके जाओगे. So that is the thing. And when an interviewer comes in interview, they also see something ki, I have some let me understand ki what is the candidate's viewpoint. I have some problems, and let's see कि candidate उसको कैसे perform, उसको कैसे solve करता है, and what is his or her viewpoint. And अगर and ऐसा काफी बार होता है कि candidate अटक जाता है इन सब चीजों पे questions में. But can he drive through this, and can he come to a better solution, or can he come to a better understanding? So that is what everyone is trying to judge. Nobody is judging you. I have seen a lot of times कि on interviews on our platform, जो उन candidates को pass करते हैं कि जो final answer नहीं निकाल पाते हैं questions का, but they are here to evaluate the candidate on two things: that what is the thought process, how hard is the candidate willing to fight. So these are the two important things that everyone is looking for right now in tech industry. I think बाकी चीजें तो you can always learn.
Right. So I think to put it in other words, the basic fundamental expectation, because once you are in an interview with a real person, you have been screened through multiple rounds, which means
Right.
there's something interesting about you that the company is looking for. Otherwise, companies do not like to spend enough time for an interview, right? It comes with a huge cost, huge efforts. So one fundamental expectation is they're looking for confidence and common sense.
Yes.
So these two
hard work as well.
Right. So how do you actually tell your story about hard work? I think next session is specifically about selling yourself in an HR interview. So we'll take up this question there. This session is specifically on the technical aspects of an interview. So you are talking about कि कोई judge नहीं करता interview में, right? No one is there जो आपको judge कर रहा हो. But one question is तो I also discuss, मैं आपके साथ discuss कर रहा हूँ, सबके साथ discuss कर रहा हूँ, and it is a discussion which is going on in an interview also.
Right.
तो discussion किस language में है, ये judge करते हैं लोग या फिर ये भी judge नहीं करते?
यार हम हिंदी में बात कर रहे हैं, right? मतलब वो तुमने खुद ही आंसर कर दिया. I think the biggest thing is कि how communicative you can be. Communication is the key, right? And उसके लिए language is not a barrier. You can use English. You can, at least in India, you can use English. You can use Hindi or whatever. Candidate मतलब जो दोनों parties हैं, candidate and interviewer, वो दोनों एक दूसरे को समझ पाएं. आप किसी भी language में जितने ज़्यादा comfortable होते हैं, उतना better होता है. And even on our platform, मतलब ये हम suggest करते हैं हमारे सारे interviewers को कि यार अगर देखो candidate अगर English में थोड़ा सा उसका heart tight है, तो go in Hindi. It doesn't matter. आप day to day life में मतलब आप जब interview ले रहे हो, तो you are actually evaluating कि candidate कितना communicative है, वो अपने thoughts put कर पा रहा है नहीं कर पा रहा है, right? And जब आप real time पे job करोगे, तब उसके साथ आप हमेशा English में बात नहीं करोगे.
Right.
So आपको communication should be the key. आप English में बात करो, हिंदी में बात करो, दोनों लोगों को समझ आना चाहिए. That is important.
Right, because this is a very common belief that you talk in English, and even to the next level, this is this belief कि you talk in English, and this belief of talking in English is a belief in itself. कि नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, लोग हर कोई बोलता है कि language does not matter, but at the end judge तो करते हैं लोग. So
yeah, I think I would not want to go to such company जो कि actually English पे value लगाएगी, मेरे skills पे नहीं लगाएगी कि मेरे technical skills कैसे हैं, and इस चीज पे लगाएगी कि मैं अपने को कैसे express कर पाता हूँ, but they see कि मेरी English कितनी hard है, क्योंकि at the end of the day as a techie मैं वहाँ जाके English मतलब ऐसे writing नहीं करने वाला हूँ, right? मुझे प्रोडक्ट बनाने होंगे, उसके लिए ऐसे राइटिंग नहीं चाहिए.
Right. Next question that we have received is a lot of time while solving the question in a real interview, right? So you ask me to solve some question, and I'm solving that question, and I get stuck. Right? Sometimes might be because my mind is completely blank, and there's nothing coming, or sometimes it is like I'm trying my best, but I'm stuck. I cannot go beyond that point.
Right.
So what should I do in that case?
आई थिंक बहुत ही इसका सिंपल है, ये काफी सबके साथ होता है, इवन विद मी और मोस्ट ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स हु आर स्मार्टर देन मी, कि वो ऑन डेज दे वुड परफॉर्म रियली गुड एंड ऑन डेज दे वुड गेट स्टक, एंड ये रैंडमली होता है कि आप किसी प्रॉब्लम पे यू कैन गेट स्टक. So one of the major thing that I think is important in this scenario is कि you have to clean your slate, अपने दिमाग को बिल्कुल clean करो and think through again. And maximum लोग ये चीज नहीं करते हैं. And this is one thing that I have found to be useful, कि काफी बार क्वेश्चंस में होता है, या एक्चुअली ये भी होता है कि नॉट जस्ट गेटिंग स्टक, मतलब कि क्लीन स्लेट है बट आप उस क्वेश्चन में कुछ सॉल्व कर रहे हो किस तरीके से जा रहे हो एंड उस तरीके से सॉल्व कर ही नहीं पा रहे हो. लेट्स से यू आर यूजिंग अ स्टैक एंड बट स्टैक का वो स्टैक से सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा है, तो समटाइम्स यू हैव टू गो बैक, यू हैव टू रिट्रेस एंड दोबारा से क्लीन हो जाता है कि यार ये क्वेश्चन दोबारा से फ्रेश माइंड से आया है मेरे पास, व्हाट शुड आई डू. Now you can come to an approach कि क्या पता shit stack use नहीं होगा, it might be queue which I want to use or linked list or whatever, but you have to go to a fresh mind. तो और ये क्वालिटी काफी लोगों में नहीं होती है, काफी लोग नहीं करते हैं, एंड ये डे टू डे जॉब में भी होगी कि आप जब भी कुछ भी काम कर रहे हो, किसी चीज पर अटक गए होगे, तो a lot of times you would have to think fresh, तब जाके आप सॉल्व आपके पास नए आइडियाज आते हैं, तो वो बायस नहीं होता उसमें, so which is really important.
Right. And sometimes I've seen people, what exactly they're doing is they don't know the answer and they think that they might need time, but या फिर टाइम ही नहीं है, उनको ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं टाइम नहीं है, interviewer is not giving me enough time. They do not ask for it and in the hurry they give wrong answers also. So if you in your mind think कि इतना टाइम नहीं है and आंसर नहीं आ रहा है, तो what is the best thing to do at that?
I think
should we just skip it? What should be the right approach?
True. I think that's a tough question. I would have wanted you to answer this, but हाँ, true. So इसमें ये थोड़ा सा वो कॉम्प्लेक्स है. One thing that you can do is कि clean your mind again and think through this. The other would be go to the next question, and जब आप वापस इस क्वेश्चन पे आते हो, टाइम लास्ट में बचता है, you can you will have a fresh mind perspective again. So actually गेम फ्रेश माइंड का ही है कि आपका दिमाग कितना शांत है, आप दोबारा से सोचते नहीं सोचते. But one thing that I would suggest is time का प्रेशर लेना is a very wrong thing. Generally किसी भी अच्छी टेक प्रोडक्ट टेक कंपनी में whenever they are hiring, they do not have a very strict bar. What they want is कि they want to see, as I told you, कि candidate का thought process कैसा है, and they want to see कि candidate कितना fight मार सकता है. Not fight in the wrong sense कि वो अडियल हो गया किसी जगह पे, but कितना अलग-अलग innovative ways हो सकता है, कैसे fresh mind से कर सकता है. So that is one thing that I think is important कि don't take the मतलब कि टाइम खत्म हो रहा है, even let's say आपसे 2 क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं, let's say कोडिंग इंटरव्यू में 2 क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं, अगर आपने एक क्वेश्चन भी एट द एंड ऑफ द इंटरव्यू कर दिया, बहुत अच्छे से कर दिया, इसमें बहुत अलग-अलग इनोवेटिव वेज दिए हैं, तब भी कंपनी विल द इंटरव्यू विल पास यू टू द नेक्स्ट राउंड. इट इज नॉट अ हार्ड फिल्टर कि मुझे 100% का इंटरव्यू करना है, but your thought process is important.
Right, and I think even in that case, the very important thing is to come to the fundamental tip or trick that no one is going to judge you. At the end, it is a discussion which is happening, and sometimes what I have also seen is sometimes interviewers are actually very innovative in creating a question there and then.
Right.
It does not have a right and wrong answer. They are looking at your approach.
A lot of you would not have any best answer. अगर आप system design कर रहे हो, तो you would not have any best answer. There will be different approaches which would have different pros and cons. So उसमें कोई definitive कोई वो नहीं होता कि हाँ you have to do it like this. But आपको ये देखना होता है कि जैसे आपने जो थॉट प्रोसेस, जो आपका थॉट प्रोसेस है, आपने उसको उसमें प्रोज एंड कॉन्स क्या हैं, आपको वो चीजें चमक रही नहीं चमक रही, उनको पता कर पा नहीं कर पा रहे. एंड दैट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट कि इंटरव्यूअर को पता है कि यार जो तुम सोच रहे हो वो तुम उसको जस्टिफाई कर पा रहे हो, तुम बता रहे हो कि यार इसको मुझे इसमें ये कमियां दिखी, ये पॉजिटिव पॉइंट्स दिख रहे हैं, एंड वो इम्पोर्टेंट है इंटरव्यू के लिए जाना, इंस्टेड कि द बेस्ट पॉसिबल आंसर, फाइंडिंग आउट द बेस्ट पॉसिबल आंसर.
Sure. So there was another question which is quite open-ended, but what are your tips and tricks for the techies while they are preparing for the interview or while they are in the interview? What are certain tips and tricks that you think they should keep in mind?
I think सारे के सारे हमने भी तो बताई दिए हैं. Majorly see it not as an interview but as a discussion. Second thing, while preparing, you should know the basic fundamentals हमेशा. अगर आपको मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल आई कांट कोड अ बैटरी बट मैंने काफी सारी कंपनी से इंटरव्यूज क्लियर किए हैं, राइट. टार रिसर्च किया है और 8fold में था, काफी जगहों किए. Everybody focuses on the basic fundamentals when you're in tech, and everybody focuses on कि तुमने जो आज तक लाइफ में किया है वो तुम्हें आता नहीं आता. That is the most important thing of all. अगर तुमने लेट्स से 4 साल एक कंपनी में काम किया है एंड तुम्हें पता नहीं है कि तुमने वहां पे क्या किया है, you don't know the inside out, तो तुमने क्या किया, राइट. बट if you know the system,
It holds true for the projects, right?
Right.
और इसमें कुछ प्रोजेक्ट लिखा, सीवी में क्या लिखा है कई बार वही नहीं पता होता है.
ये एक चीज मैंने देखी वैसे सीवी में. मेरी सीवी में सिर्फ 2 से 3 लैंग्वेज या 3 से 4 लैंग्वेज लिखी होंगी जो मुझको पता है, जिसका डिसेंटर मेरे को पता है, एवरेज से पता है. आई हैव सीन सीवीज 5-5 पेज की सीरीज जिसमें ना एक पेज सिर्फ लैंग्वेजेस पे होता है कि एक पेज में को सी प्लस आती है, आर आती है, पाइथन आती है, इंग्लिश आती है, मराठी तक ये सब, राइट. सो आई डोंट नो कि व्हाट दे आर अप्लाइंग फॉर. सो सारी लैंग्वेजेस लिख देते हैं एंड ये एक्चुअली रियल में हुआ भी विद इंटरव्यू वेक्टर व्हेन वी वर टेकिंग इंटरव्यू ऑफ द कैंडिडेट ने अच्छा परफॉर्म किया कुछ चीजों में, हम उसको कैंडिडेट को पास कर देते. बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जब लास्ट में इंटरव्यू में उसके रिज्यूमे से कुछ चीजें पूछी तो ही सेड कि रिज्यूमे में तो आप सब कुछ लिख देते हो, आपको जरूरी कोई है कि पता है. एंड ही जस्टिफाइड इट कि आपने मतलब रिज्यूमे में तो कुछ भी लिख सकते हो. आपने लेट्स से कहते हैं कि 11th 12th में फिजिक्स पढ़ी, मैथ्स पढ़ा, तो आपको पता है कोई आता है. एंड कंपनी हमने भी उसको रिजेक्ट किया था एंड एक्चुअली वी पास दिस फीडबैक टू यू नो द क्लाइंट एज वेल. उन्होंने वीडियो देखा पूरा, उन्होंने भी कहा कि इसका रिजेक्ट करना है. So a lot of times and this is a basic fundamental. You should know your shit. You should know your resume. वहाँ पे आप वही चीज डालो जो आपको अच्छे से पता है. आपके प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह जितनी प्रैक्टिस की वो चीज डालो. एंड कंपनी आपकी स्ट्रेंथ्स को देखना चाहती है कि आपको जब भी कोई भी हायर करना चाहता है तो दे वांट टू सी ऑन योर स्ट्रेंथ्स कि आप आके यू कैन ऐड समथिंग टू द टीम और नॉट. Nobody is here to evaluate you on your weak points. If you have good enough strengths, so everybody will want to hire you.
Right. So next thing is, so like you mentioned about GPA in the start, right? But so if my CGPA is low, right, what should I do? So when I'm filling in my CV or sending my CV, I have to put that number, right? We cannot hide it in most of the cases. So if it is low and you are selected for the interview, you have crossed certain rounds and you are asked this question about why your CGPA is low. So what would be the right answer for that?
इसके दो आंसर दूंगा मैं. दो चीजें दूंगा. When you are for college students majorly, अगर आप ऑन कैंपस अप्लाई कर रहे हो तो आपको सीवी में आपको सीपीए लिखनी पड़ती है, आपकी सीजीपीए लिखनी पड़ती है. There you cannot hide it. But when you are applying off campus, I would prefer कि create a good enough resume. उसमें सीपीए हटा दो अगर आपकी कम है तो. If you have good enough CPA तो write it. But if you don't, remove it. But at the same time, resume को अच्छा बनाओ जिसमें good enough projects हो, उनको अच्छे से explain कर रखा हो कि क्या क्या आपके achievements है, उसमें numbers दिखाओ ये कि let's say हमने efficiency इतनी अच्छी कर दी थी किसी system की या anything. That would make your CV attractable. And make it a short CV, a one page, a complete CV. That is one thing. The other question that main question that you asked is कि अगर कंपनी जैसे सीपीए पूछी है, नहीं मेरा तो हुआ था टावर रिसर्च से मुझसे पूछा था तो मेरे सारे इंटरव्यूज हो गए, टेक राउंड्स हो गए. सो आई वेंट थ्रू 9 राउंड्स एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द 9th राउंड मुझसे पूछा था कि तुम्हारी सीपीए क्या है एंड आई टोल्ड देम कि मेरी तो इतनी है 7 ही है. तो दे वर लाइक कि क्या ये क्या मजाक चल रहा है.
धोखा हो गया.
ये तो धोखा हो गया. So that is one thing that फिर उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा था कि क्या तुम ये मेरा स्टैंडर्ड आंसर था कि यू कैन टेस्ट मी ऑन माय नॉलेज. मैंने अभी तक 9 इंटरव्यूज क्लियर किए हैं एंड एवरीथिंग. एंड यू नो थियोरेटिकल उसमें थ्योरी में मेरा बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट नहीं था इतना. So that is one thing. I have tried this trick and actually this worked out for me. Most probably it will work out for a lot of you as well. But you should know your concepts. अगर वो आपको किसी चीज पे टेक्नोलॉजी पे टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, किसी चीज पे टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो आपको वो चीजें पता होनी चाहिए, वो जरूरी है.
So once, in my opinion, once you're in an interview and the person is spending good enough time with you, low CGPA cannot become a reason for rejection.
It is not a blocker.
Yes, it is not a blocker. Yes.
If you're good in other things, it will not be a blocker.
Exactly. Right. Now, the next question that we have, though we have a lot of questions in the comments also, I'll take them up one after the other. But the next question is about the nervousness and कि यार नहीं इंटरव्यू पता नहीं क्रैक नहीं कर पाऊंगा. How do I get the motivation to be strong enough to enter the interview and also during the interview to stay calm and composed? So if you can share a bit on that part.
ये छोटी सी इसमें मैंने एक ट्रिक करता हूँ, मैं अपने साथ करता जब मैं इंटरव्यू दे रहा था. यार डोंट एक्सपेक्ट द रिजल्ट्स. जब मैंने टावर में अप्लाई किया था तो मेरे को, या टावर में भी या बाकी जगह भी, तो मेरे को था कि यार नहीं होगा मेरे दिमाग में बहुत क्लियरली बैठा था कि नहीं होगा यार, IIT गुवाहाटी से पास तक कोई नहीं बनना गया, ठीक है, मैं कौन से खेत की मूली हूँ, राइट. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द थिंग्स कि व्हेन यू आर नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग थिंग्स, सो यू डोंट फील द प्रेशर. And if you don't feel the pressure, you would do your best. So which is really important. अगर आप nervous हो, तो 90% of the cases you will not do good. So I would suggest कि whenever you are giving an interview, don't think about the result. I know it's hard, but don't think about the interview.
So I think backstage we were discussing about. So as a matter of fact, both of us come from the same institute before college. 11th and 12th were done from the same institute, and there was this teacher.
With the Vande college, right? With the Vande
classes. So he used to say, "Bade bade over there." He used to say, when you are entering, when you're doing something, do not expect. तो ऐसी बातें कर रहे हो, expect कैसे नहीं करे, इतनी मेहनत किया, तो how should we not expect? But at the end, we should know कि यार that is not the end of the life any day.
तभी तो IIT गुवाहाटी मिला ना मुझे. मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था ज्यादा. नहीं तो क्या होता, IIT दिल्ली मिल जाता.
IIT दिल्ली. So one thing is कि वो expectation कभी खत्म नहीं होने वाली है. And second thing is उसको नहीं रखेंगे तो I guess we can go ahead with the free mind. That is the base. That has to be the base.
I think prepare करो कि with the expectation कि मुझे यहाँ से करना है, I'll do my best and मुझे better बनना है. And मुझे ये goals achieve करने हैं. Prepare like that with having goals in mind. But when you are going to the exam, when you are giving the interview or something else, then don't expect. वो and this is a lot coming from maturity. जैसे आप लाइफ में mature होते हो, तब आप ये चीजें नहीं सोचते हो. इंटरव्यू के बाद जितना क्रिप करना है, इंटरव्यू तब जितना मर्जी करना कर लो. इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे और इंटरव्यू से जस्ट पहले क्रिप नहीं करना होता लाइफ में.
Right. I think another important thing is, because my base as well as I guess interview actors also working in the industry of employment. So employers are more willing to hire you than you are willing to get hired. So employers are more willing to look out for the right people, right mindset, and that is what they are looking for in the interviews also.
Right. Market में jobs बहुत ज़्यादा हैं, but quality people right now are very less. It's not like India में talent नहीं है. It's more like finding the talent is hard right now.
It's difficult. So when you are entering the next interview, do not expect in the first place that you will get hired. That is the best thing that you can do. And the second thing is, expect that the other person wants to hire you.
Expect that actually the as I told you, right, the other person is trying to look for your strong points. He's not trying to look for your weak points.
Yes.
So he wants to see what can you bring on the table, what can you help me with, and I can help you with these things. But can you help me with the what are the things that you can bring to the table?
Precisely, exactly. So this brings me to the point of this thing. So some people might say, ki, how can you say that they're not able to find the right talent? Google, Facebook, Amazon, all of these companies are finding so many applications and they're very choosy. So what do they expect? What do the big 5, 6 companies, FAANG companies, they expect from a techie? What are the few things that they should keep in mind while targeting these companies from a tech perspective?
I think basics ही important है. If you go for Google interview and everything, so Google में भी काफी basics ही पूछ रहे होते हैं. They don't go really hard. They again see the point कि आपको computer science के basic fundamentals, be it programming fundamentals, be it operating system fundamentals, या be it something else, fundamentals आपको कितने clear है. They don't generally, the big companies, they don't drill down on a language, on a specific language. They are always open कि आपको अगर एक भी language आती है आप दूसरी language सीख सकते हो, but आपके fundamentals clear होने चाहिए.
But then how does it differ in the startups, and if you can also talk about the startups in different stages, so
Startups
unicorn to someone, seed stage or series A stage.
Right. So I'd say ये startups में थोड़ा differ करता है. Seed stage startups जो बहुत ही early stage होते हैं, they generally look for people with specific language skills. And reason being, वहाँ पे सिर्फ 3 या 4 लोग होते हैं जो काम कर रहे होते हैं, right? They can't hire 10 people, 15 people, or 20 people. So that is one of the things that I have seen. When you're too small, you try to look for language specific skills. On the other hand, you also look for कि candidate कितना smart है and कितना hardworking है. If you're not smart and hardworking, तो कोई भी नहीं hire करेगा. ये बहुत simple है. But छोटे स्टार्टअप्स में जो सीड सीड होते हैं या प्री सीरीज या सीरीज ए होते हैं, फंडेड होते हैं, they are generally looking for startup with specific language skills. But companies, मतलब later stage companies, series B funded, series C funded, they are generally agnostic of language, but they try to look for how smart you are and how hardworking you are.
Right. Yeah, so I think there are also, I guess, the startups are looking for very specific skill sets. And more importantly, in the last session, we were discussing that it is more about the experience before you actually get the first job. That we have. So we believe in creating experienced freshers. At MyBase, we say that we make experienced freshers. So by that, we simply mean that you should be very clear about what you know, what you don't know.
Right.
That is called experience, right? Nothing.
Right.
So what you don't know, knowing that is also very important.
Knowing that is very important. It should not be a black box.
And typically, like startup, they look for someone who has done some internship, maybe a couple of them, preferably. That is something that they definitely, I guess, look out for.
Right. That's always a bonus point, right? If you have done an internship, they have seen that you have gone out there into the wild and you have done something, even though you just created a login page.
Yeah.
But you have actually done something. In college, this is the truth. But college में काफी सारे projects you are just copy pasting or a lot of times your teammates are doing, right? You're not performing and you're not doing anything.
Right.
But if you are doing if you're going for an internship, वहाँ पे ऐसे या किसी भी कंपनी में जा रहे हो, वहाँ ऐसा नहीं कर सकते, right? So it is always a and plus आपको काफी सारे fundamentals, basics fundamentals पता चल जाते हैं.
And I think that also is one thing that differentiates your profile, specifically if you're not from the, so to say, the top tier institutes. That is where these projects and these internships actually makes your profile stand out. If you do not have the college tag, so to say, to stand out.
Right.
And that is, I guess, I've seen a lot of startups actually preferring these people over someone an average profile in a tier 1 institute.
Totally. Agar when I'm hiring at interview vector, and we are a very early stage, right? Yeah. So when I'm hiring, so I look for people who have done some internships, or I would want to interview those candidates rather than before the candidates who have not done any internship or anything at all.
Exactly.
Right? क्योंकि उन candidates का कुछ experience है, they should have done something. Plus उनको ये एक्सपीरियंस होगा कि बेसिक हाउ डू यू नो यूज गिट और अदर थिंग्स कि आप कंट्रीब्यूट कैसे करते हो टीम में, ये सब चीजें पता होंगी, so which is really important.
Right. So now taking the questions from the audience, and if you have more questions, please feel free. We have around 15 minutes for a Q&A round. Uh, so one repetitive question that we are getting is, how do I handle the questions that I don't know the answer to? A similar question, clubbing them together, is how do I cater to the topic which is weak for me? Should I inform the interviewer that I don't know and ask them to change, or should I answer whatever I know?
I think that's a good question. So एक चीज काफी important हो रही है जब इंटरव्यू में is you know thinking out loud. So whenever you are given a question, and let's say you don't know things, so you should think out loud कि यार मैं इसको ऐसे सोच रहा हूँ, मुझे I can try stack, I can try something else. And as you know, on the interviewer side, they are trying to help you. Let's say कि अगर कैंडिडेट कहीं भी गलत डायरेक्शन जा रहा है, can I give him a subtle hints कि he can actually go into the right direction? क्योंकि जॉब में भी जब तुम आओगे तो तुम्हारे कलीग्स तुम्हारी हेल्प करेंगे, राइट? दे आर नॉट लाइक कि ओ इससे क्वेश्चन नहीं हो पाया, इससे प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो पाई, मैं हंसूंगा इस पे, ऐसा नहीं होता है. तो you need to think out loud कि if you are doing something, तो वहाँ पे a lot of times your interview would help you out or would tell you कि you are going in the right direction or wrong direction. So that is one thing. There is and इससे काफी ज्यादा और भी हेल्प होती है कम्युनिकेशन में. You can connect to the interviewer and उससे आपका thought process बदल जाता है. Instead you're just sitting blank, they're blank for 20 minutes and उसके बाद कह रहे हो कि boss नहीं हो रहा है. Right? That is one thing. The second thing is, yes, अगर ज़्यादा time निकल चुका है and you're not able to figure out the approach even after certain hints or anything, so tell them कि यार इस question को let's skip it and we can come back if we have time. But let's move to the second question ताकि you can have a fresh perspective on the next question and don't think about it कि ये question ऐसे नहीं हो पाया.
Right, and I guess just adding on to that, in case I guess if you do not really know what the other person is asking, it's a really good idea to directly ask the person that I didn't get the question.
वो ट्रू है. कभी भी कोई भी क्वेश्चन आपसे कोई चीज पूछ रहा है तो यू नीड टू नो राइट कि एग्जैक्टली क्या पूछा है. उससे पहले आप सॉल्व ही नहीं कर सकते. तो अगर कोई भी आपसे इवन राइट नाउ इफ वी आर डिस्कसिंग एंड तुम मुझसे कुछ पूछ रहे हो, मैं इसमें नहीं बता पा रहा तो कोई फायदा नहीं होगा, राइट? मुझे क्वेश्चन ही नहीं पता कि तुम क्या पूछ रहे हो, मैं कुछ भी रैंडमली बकवास मान लूंगा. सो दैट इज वन इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग कि जब भी कोई क्वेश्चन आता है तो a lot of times a lot of good people, a lot of good candidates, you know, would tell them would reiterate just the question okay, I'm given this is this, I need to find this is this, and you're expecting this. So उससे काफी बार communication clear हो जाता है कि exactly क्या needs है.
So I think the next question is on what soft skills are important for a tech interview. Though we have a different session on it at 5 p.m. acing the HR round, but yes, for the tech interview specifically, what are the soft skills that a technical interviewer is looking for? Are there any?
I think दो तीन soft skills होते हैं जो basic communication, and not in any language. If you're comfortable in Hindi, go for Hindi. अगर if you want to go for English, you can go for English, or like this conversation is going on, आप English use कर सकते हैं, right? The mix of Hindi and English. But what is more important is कि आप एक दूसरे को समझ रहे हैं, इंटरव्यूअर आपको समझ रहा है, और आप इंटरव्यू को समझ रहे हैं. The other important thing is you should be receptive. काफी बार ये होता है कि इंटरव्यूअर आपको हिंट देता है कि यार ये चीजें you know you can go through this, you can go this way or that way, and a lot of times candidate would you know ignore that. So interviewers इसलिए बता रहे होते ताकि they can point you in the right direction, but you should not ignore it. Right? They are here to help you. They're not here to distract you. If any interviewer is distracting you, that he or she is not a good interviewer. So that is important. The third thing that I have seen sometimes, actually a few days back, it happened on our platform. that the काफी बार candidates ego लेके बैठ जाते हैं कि I know everything in the world and you are below my level. Who are you to interview me? So and they would say कि the way I did this problem is the right way, is the best way, and no one can solve this better than me. And at the end of the interview, they would tell this to the interviewer as well as to the HR. I've not seen a single case जहाँ पे interviewer ने इन candidates को पाते हैं जहाँ पे candidates की ego होती है, plus HR भी reject कर देता है. Reason is simple. I am here to look for a person जिसके साथ मैं काम कर सकूँ. अगर तुम्हें ईगो है, मैं तुम्हारे साथ काम नहीं कर सकता. बहुत सिंपल है, राइट? मैं तुम्हें कुछ भी बताऊंगा, तुम ईगो में तुम मुझे कह रहे हो कि आप तुम कौन हो. So ये चीज टेक्निकल इंटरव्यूज में भी काफी ट्रू होती है, नॉट इन जस्ट इन एचआर इंटरव्यू, बट यू शुड बी रिसेप्टिव एंड तुम अपने हिट्स पे दे रहे हो तो गिव तुम अपने भी कुछ बता रहे हो तो गिव ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू द इंटरव्यूअर and at the end of the interview respect his or her decision. You can tell politely I could have done this better or anything, but don't disrespect him or her.
Right. I think this brings me to another point of before the interview. So there's this important thing that we were discussing, that the most important thing to keep in mind while giving the interview is to be in the interview.
Right.
So a lot of people they're like the interview is scheduled, and because specifically in this case there are a lot of health emergencies which are there, and you cannot inform the interviewer that I won't be able to attend it, and then you go back that there was some health emergency or whatsoever. Sometimes there is no emergency, that just that you are not in the right mindset to give the interview. In case you are really interested, in that case only you should really be telling upfront that because of certain reasons can be rescheduled, right? And for one time, I think it is good. Everyone would consider that.
Right. I think people should take interviews seriously. I've seen a lot of times that candidates would schedule this interview and they would not come. And I have seen candidates जो ये कहते हैं कि ना हम इंटरव्यू में हमने इनको कॉल बैक किया after the interview कि hey you did not appear for the interview, why did you not come? So the candidate said कि यार मेरा मैं नहीं आया तो तुम्हें समझ जाना चाहिए, right, कि मैं busy हूँ. And you see the level of the ego, right? The candidate, and the company rejected this candidate. That if the candidate is having such ego, we don't want this candidate. And a lot of time it puts bad impression. Unless and until you truly have an emergency, only then you should reschedule the interview. Other than that, you should appear for the interview or give a notice. At least sometime back. Don't give a notice 15 minutes prior to the interview that hey, I'm not coming to the interview. I will not be able to attend. If there is an emergency, yes, you can't avoid that, but do it in cases of emergency only. I've seen people जो कि like हाँ हमें ध्यान नहीं रहा, हम ये हमारा भी करंट टीवी शो आ रहा है, we don't know, we want to see that only. तो ये random kind of things होती है जहाँ पे it leaves a bad impression on the interviewer, on the company, and a lot of times it happens that if you are rescheduling for once or twice, the company might not take you seriously and might not want to interview you again.
Yes. Once I think it is okay, but if it's twice, then definitely it's
nobody's going to take you seriously.
However good are your skills, your projects, your portfolio, but that is a big no.
You're not regular in life. You can't stay up to your commitments.
Right. Yes. So this brings to the question: what should we avoid when answering technical questions? What are some do's and don'ts? So we have been discussing a lot of those, but if there are certain don'ts that you would want to put forward.
I don't think कि कुछ मिस कर दिया हमने. Whenever you're answering any question, think out loud. Obviously, if it's a one-liner concept or anything, think before you're saying something. But generally, thinking out loud helps a lot.
Especially, I think in the video interview era these days, I think it is a good idea to, even if it is not asked for, it is a good idea to switch on your video while you're going for an interview, because
Right.
that increases the confidence specifically. Like,
I think there are two things that right now companies are checking right now. Because it's a video interview era.
Mhm.
A lot of time it happens that someone else can give the interview. So companies are checking for that, evaluating that as well. That
Right.
we don't want someone else to give the interview. Plus, and after that, I don't think it would be a much of a problem that if you switch off the camera after a few minutes. But the initial bondage is important, that the interviewer sees your face and everything. But that is not a general blocker. It's a good thing, but that's not a blocker.
Yes, I think that is an enabler. So
Right.
it's always a good idea to do that,
Hmm.
even if it is not asked for. Right.
Right.
So next question is, if I have prepared any projects in the past, should I
Mhm.
necessarily go through them before the interview? How much importance do they have?
If you're actually that holds the most important that utmost importance. If you have done any project and you're writing in your resume, companies would love to know that what you have done. Do you know in depth of it? तुम्हारा क्या क्या रोल था उसमें? तुम्हें सब कुछ पता ही नहीं पता? क्योंकि अगर तुम वहां पे काम कर पाए थे तो यहाँ पे आके नई चीज सीख के नई चीजें भी कर सकते हो. अगर तुम्हें यही नहीं पता तुमने क्या किया है, unless and until that is really past के तुमने 5 साल पहले किया था तो तुम्हें नहीं याद रहेगा. 2 साल पहले 3 साल पहले किया था नहीं याद रहेगा. But do write those projects in your CV जो तुम्हें पता है, and don't write more than 4 to 5 projects including the internship or including your job experience in your resume. I have seen people जो 10 प्रोजेक्ट्स लिखते हैं छोटे छोटे कि हमने एक लॉगिन पेज बनाया था उसको डाल देते हैं.
Right.
So you should know कि तुमने क्या किया है. In any company's interview, first 15 minutes are majorly on resume, and if you don't know anything about your projects, so तुम पहले 15 मिनट ही क्लियर नहीं कर पाओगे. Nobody would want to take even a DSL go round or anything else if you don't know anything that you have done.
Sure. So I guess there are a lot of other questions also. I'll try to take 2 or 3 of them. If I'm asked a question, should I focus on solving it fast or solving it correctly? What should be my focus? Should I do it right or do I do it fast?
I think do it right is.
Important or the answer more important?
I think doing it right is always important, right?
Yes. Yes.
If you're doing it wrong, what is the purpose of doing it fast?
And the question is the method more important or the answer? So I guess it is coming from this perspective that solving it correctly, as in the method should be correct, or are they looking for the right answer? So if I know the answer, for example, should I tell the answer there and then, and maybe through some tricks or should I go through the method?
Everyone is looking for the method. Everyone is looking for your approach. If you are मतलब अगर तुमने बिल्कुल it's not like a hackering test, right? Yeah, it's an interview. Hackering test में it generally matters कि तुम finally तुम्हारा answer match किया नहीं किया output से. But
Right.
in a face-to-face interview or video interview, people are trying to look for your thought process. So they are looking for your method. So obviously, I'm not denying that the answer would have 0 points. Finally, if you're able to reach the right answer, right conclusion, that is always a bonus point. But they are everyone is focusing on your thinking skills and the method. So that is, I think that what is more important. And on top of that, having the right answer, getting to the conclusion, is a cherry on the pudding.
Yeah. Again, I guess a bit of it has already been covered, but what do interviews not expect from the candidates? What are some put-offs or some really big red flags?
Not appearing for the interview. That's the biggest red
And
flag.
once you are in the interview,
Once you are in the interview, as I told you, right?
ego is one thing you mentioned.
Ego, right? The other things that you should be deceptive. You should be. Should not have an ego. Like this is the only way that is there in the world. and there is no other way to solve this. And अगर कोई भी in deceptive I mean कि अगर कोई interview कह रहा है कि I want you to solve through this approach, I want to use this, can you use this, it means that they want to evaluate you, that you can guide through that, you can use that process or not, or use that methodology or not. Plus a lot of time actually एक चीज I think I forgot to tell, a lot of time what would happen is whenever candidates are doing and they would get stuck कि कुछ compilation errors आ जाते हैं, कुछ और आ जाता है, तो actually these are some of the things that interviewers are looking for. If you get stuck, if you get these kind of things, can you actually debug? Debugging is always a good point, that if you're able to debug it without help, that is always best. If you're able to debug it with some help, that is always also good, क्योंकि that is a skill. जब तुम रियल लाइफ में जॉब कर रहे होगे, कुछ प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहे होगे, तो वहां पे you will have to debug a lot of things, right? It is not like you are going to write the perfect code in the first go. ऐसा कोई नहीं होता है.
Right. I think the last question that we're going to take for this session, and then we're going to take a small break. Next session we're going to have is where there is a panel of eminent speakers, 4 different speakers. Nikhil Jain from Foreign Admits is going to moderate it, the founder of Foreign Admits. He has a really good experience with the student community. I think no one else can put down your questions to the top HR leaders forward. The 3 panelists are going to be Ms. Amrita, she is the VP HR of HCL Technologies. Mr. Sanjeev, who is having recruitment experience of more than 16 years now, and Mr. Varun, who is the HR head of GrabOn. So giving you the complete perspective of the MNC startup, how do HRs actually look at that, and after that, we're going to have a session with Dr. Shubhra, who is going to talk about how do you sell yourself in an HR interview. We'll be taking a 2 minutes break after this last question, and then we'll be back soon. This question is, so I'll try to reframe this question to make it better. How do you answer to the question when the people say, take me through your CV or tell me about the projects that you have? So what should be the right approach? Should I tell the project where I learned the most, or the project which had the biggest effort input, or the project where the achievement was the greatest? How should I go about it?
I think it would be first of all, always tell about the project where you know the most. Don't go for a project where you know only a few things. Then the other point would be obviously tell where you learn the most, or go for the achievements where you have most of the. I think most of the achievements would be one of the things that would help you shine out. Reason being, you're telling telling the interviewer that this is the impact that I made, and you would get if you would hire me, you would also get you can get the similar impact at your organization.
Yes.
So that is something that everyone would be looking out for.
Right. So knowing about the company, the projects that they're going to work on, that you're going to work on, and talking about the similar projects or the similar approach.
Knowing about the project, that the project, let's say you have 4 projects, tell the project that you know about the most.
Okay.
ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि इंटरव्यूअर ने कुछ और पूछ लिया, कुछ उसमें कुछ पूछ लिया कि यार ये चीजें कैसे हुई थी, and you don't know a thing, you are clueless.
Yes.
And that's the problem, right?
To focus on that part where you are 100% confident about.
You're comfortable. You're most comfortable.
Sure. I think that was a great session, Sachin. Thanks a lot for your time on this Sunday evening. That was really insightful for everyone out there. Thank you, Sachin, again.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, Samir. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.